Hi, my name is Erin Folks, and welcome to my channel, CVI Intervention. You can go to my website, cviintervention.com, where I have a lot of free ebooks and other video materials that you can use to help your child see. That's my ultimate goal, is to help your child see. In this video, we're going to talk about light. Okay, we're going to talk about light. And three crucial things about light and color and seeing. Okay, so the first one is light can drown out color, or too much light can drown out color. Okay, and what's interesting is if you just pay attention to how you're seeing, you might understand a lot more about cortical visual impairment than you realize. Okay, because when it's a comprehension of what I can't see, you got to think about how you're seeing and what circumstances are you in that, like, you really, like, even though you may know where you're at, like, you really can't interpret objects that are around you just based off of there being too much light or things of that nature. Let me just give you a perfect example of that. I was driving home from taking my daughter to school, and I was driving behind this really big truck. And when we turned on this road that goes to my house, the sun was so bright. And, you know, I had my visor on so I could somewhat see, but still, even that around, like, the sun was so bright, it was making, like, everything else just, like, dark and shadowy. And I was having a really hard time seeing the vehicle in front of me. And, like, I knew it was a vehicle, but at the same time, like, I had no depth, I had very little depth perception. I knew there was a big object, but, like, literally the truck blended in with everything. Okay, so I could barely see, like, I could barely see the edge of the truck, and then, like, down the road I could barely see that yellow line. So that's what, you know, I was just driving slow and just trying to stay on the road. And, you know, I realized in that moment that I couldn't comprehend what I saw. I knew to be careful, okay? But if, like, a deer were to run out in front of me, I would hit it. Like, there wouldn't even be time to react to not hit it. Like, I just wouldn't even know it was there. And so light can drown out color. And so light can be a great enhancer to color, but if you have too much light, and depending on your child's sensitivity to light and what they can see, it could be drowning out things that you're trying to show them or to trying to teach them. Okay, the second thing with light is that it, you know, if it's behind you, it creates, there are shadows, okay, or behind any object, right? But most importantly, like, if the light is behind the child, this is a pretty obvious one, but a lot of time their shadow can interfere with what they're seeing. And so if you're showing them a red apple but there's a light behind them and the shadow is combining with the apple, now that apple and that person's shadow all become one object. And so, you know, instead of this apple being this little round ball, it's, you know, it's this little round ball and then this whole silhouette of myself. And that could change on a daily basis, right? Depending on if my shadow is interfering with what I'm looking at, okay? But also too, light can be a great enhancer. And so when I'm using light, I have it off to the side. You know, I'll have my object that I'm looking at, and I'll have the light off to the side to just enhance the light just on the object to make the color brighter. So especially if you're using things that have a black, like pictures that have a black background and a color, it could be red, it could be any color, right? Or if you're trying to teach your child colors, okay, you can use light as an enhancer so that the color is popping out from everything else, okay? And I'll have another video where I'm showing that as an example. I actually found this really cool flashlight on Amazon that has different colors. I'd like to find one that has, like, all your main colors, right? The colors in the color spectrum, just those main colors. But I've yet to find one. So if you find one, please let me know, because I would love to have that. But so far on Amazon, I just found this one that I think was like blue, purple, and red. There was one with green, but I couldn't find one that had all those colors. So I'll do a demo with that of how to use the pictures that you're trying to show your child and the light as an enhancer And so those are 3 key things to understand about light. And light's really awesome. That's how we do see. If there's an absence of light, there's no color. It's just as simple as that. So light is a really important aspect of helping us see color. But besides that, let me just make this last point, that you always want to have your child's eyes checked by a pediatric ophthalmologist, because while your child may have trouble interpreting things that they're seeing, it could be something due to the structure of their eyes. Okay, they could be nearsighted, farsighted, they could have a lazy eye, they could be seeing double vision. So what you're showing them, the object changes every day just based on how their eyes are perceiving the world around them. And so those are always things that you want to get cleared up. And then too, I always emphasize working on your child's binocular vision and convergence, which going to a pediatric ophthalmologist will help you know where your child's eyes are at, so you can do that. So here's those 3 key things on light. Okay, light can drown out surroundings, can make things very difficult to see. Lights can create shadows. Okay, number 2, light can create shadows. And so whether it's your shadow or it's the shadow of something else, can be interfering with the object that you're trying to show your child. And number 1, light can be a great enhancer, but you have to use it the right way. So I'll have more videos on that, but subscribe, like my channel, and there's more than videos of me just talking. I love to make videos that your child can view so that they're learning things. But my number 1 goal is to teach your child communication. So like I just did a video on Old MacDonald, right? And I sang it a little differently, but I want to teach your child the concept of eating, the concept of action. So I really work on teaching you more verbs, or teaching the child more verbs, so that they can communicate with you and be like, I'm hungry, or like, look, eating carrot, I want to eat a carrot. That's what the pig does, by the way, on the video, is eat a carrot. But I also just have 3 simple things on there, so that it's just a step-by-step process to learn things a little bit at a time. And so I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe and share it with your friends. And ultimately, I want to help your child reach their full vision potential. If you want to check out more about me and the materials that I offer, go to CVIintervention.com, and I would love to hear from you. Thank you very much. Bye.